Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Eno. So in today's video, we'll look at some Linux commands that we can run on Windows, and these commands can be run on PowerShell. I'm on a Windows 10 machine and I have PowerShell open here, as you can see. The commands I'm going to be showing are mostly for manipulating files. Now this is for people who prefer using the command prompt or the terminal to work with files. So let's go ahead and begin. The first command I'm going to show is for creating a file. The command is echo, so we can use echo here, and then we can put some text. This is a test file. And then we'll redirect this to a file and call it test file1. And now the next command I'm going to show is ls, which lists the content of a directory. So that is for listing the contents of a directory. What we can do is let's go ahead and see the next command, which is for creating a directory. So I'm going to say mkdir. Let's call it test dir1. And we can cd to test. So before we cd to that directory we just created, let's go ahead and move the file we created to that directory. So the other command I'm going to show is for moving a file, and that's the mv command. I'm going to move test file1 to test dir1. Now we can cd to test dir1. The other command is clear. That clears the screen for us if we do ls. As you can see, we have test file1 in this directory we created. Now the other command we can work with is the cut command. If you wanted to see the contents of a file, you can use cut and test file1. That shows us the contents of that file right there. The other command for showing the contents is the more command. You can do more than test file1, and that also shows us the contents of a file. Let's look at the next command that we can use on Windows. It's the cp command for copying. Now we can copy the contents of one file to another one using cp. You can say cp test file1, and we'll copy this to another file called test file2. Now if you don't have, if test file2 doesn't exist, it will create it. So if I enter here and do ls, now we have test file2, and what we can do is you can see the contents of test file2, and it's got the same content. Let's look at the next command here. The other command is the same one we saw earlier, which is move command, but in this case we'll use it to rename a file. Now I can say move, I can say test file2, rename it to test file, say 3, and then ls. Now we have test file3, test file2 is gone. We've renamed test file1. We've renamed test file2 to test file3. Okay, now if you wanted to delete a file, you can use the rm command for removing a file. Let's say, for instance, if we wanted to remove test file1, we'll say rm test file1. If you do ls, you'll see that test file1 is no longer there. Okay, finally, I'm going to show a command that we can use to see the commands that we've run previously, and that's the history command. You can say history, and that shows you the different commands we just ran right here. So that's it for this video. This was just a quick video to show you some Linux commands that we can actually use on a Windows machine to manipulate or to work with the files. So I hope this information has been helpful. I'll catch you in my next video. Thanks. Bye.